Hi, let me ask you something. Have you thought about the way you understand or speak English for once? Has the thought of starting to think in English ever crossed your mind? Do you have to translate everything that you hear or say in your head instead of processing it right in English? Stop doing that immediately. It is not effective for you. If you're ready to stop translating in your head and start thinking right in English, I have some recommendations for you on how you can do that in a minute. I am Teacher D, and in this video, I am going to explain to you why thinking in English is life-changing. I will also give you a step-by-step plan on how you can think in English. If you have not subscribed to this channel, now will be a good time for you to do so. You're welcome. Improving the way you think and speak in English can be achieved with consistent practice and effort. Here are some helpful tips for you. The first on the list is immerse yourself in English. This means to surround yourself with English media such as TV shows, TV programs, podcasts, music, or books so as to expose yourself as much as possible to the language. When you get in contact with the English media, you are continuously practicing the language. Okay, this exposes you to the natural patterns and structures of the English language. So, as you continue to interact with the English material, you begin to internalize the patterns and the structures of the English language. So, you also begin to use them in your thoughts and in your speech. When you engage yourself with English material, you start thinking and responding to various situations automatically without having to translate your thoughts from your native language. This helps you to develop fluency and allows you also to think directly in English. Overall, immersing yourself in English creates an environment that promotes constant exposure, practice, and understanding of the language, which in turn helps you to think directly in English more naturally and effortlessly. The second tip on my list is practice speaking English with native speakers or advanced speakers of English. Engage in conversations with English speakers or advanced English speakers. This could be through language exchange programs, online platforms, or join local English speaking groups. This will let you be exposed to real life language use. By speaking with them, you will be exposed to authentic language use, including slang, idioms, or colloquial expressions. And this exposure will help you to understand how English is used in practical context, making it easier for you to think in English. It also allows you to practice speaking in a more fluent and natural way. Native speakers often speak at a faster pace and use a more complex sentence structure, which can challenge your language skills and push you to think in English more quickly and effectively. They can also provide immediate feedback on grammar and pronunciation mistakes. Regular conversations with native speakers will boost your confidence in using English, and the more comfortable you become with speaking, the more likely you are to think in English more naturally. Do not be afraid to make mistakes, as it is an essential part of the learning process. All right? The third tip on my list is think in English. Think in English. Encourage yourself to think in English by narrating your daily activities or describing objects and situations in English. All right? This helps you to become more comfortable with constructing sentences, therefore thinking correctly in English. When you start thinking in English, you bypass the mental translating stage and then you start producing sentences directly from your mind. This leads to increased fluency because your brain becomes accustomed to thinking and forming sentence structures in English. You expose yourself in the language's vocabulary and grammar structures more frequently, and this repetitive exposure helps you to solidify your understanding and mastery of these aspects of the English language. Are we together? Translating words and phrases from the native language to English can slow down your learning process. When you think in English, you challenge your brain to find solutions to problems using the specific English structures and vocabulary. This exercise strengthens your problem-solving abilities, and also it encourages you to think creatively in English. The fourth tip on how you can think and speak English is expand your vocabulary. I recommend that you actively learn new words and phrases to improve your speaking skills. Make a habit of using a dictionary or a vocabulary app to understand and memorize unfamiliar terms. Having a wide range of vocabulary allows you to communicate your thoughts more effectively, both in spoken and written form. Also, a larger vocabulary provides you with more words to express your thoughts and ideas more accurately. Having a strong vocabulary in English gives you the confidence to express your thoughts and opinions more fluently. Okay? When you choose the right words and phrases to convey your ideas accurately, you become more self-assured in your ability to communicate effectively. The next point worth mentioning is practice pronunciation. Pay attention to the pronunciation of words and practice speaking them out loud. Observe and imitate the pronunciation of native speakers by listening to audio recording or watching videos. When you practice pronunciation, you become more familiar with the sounds, rhythm, and intonation patterns of English. As a result, your fluency in speaking and understanding the language also improves. This increased fluency allows your thoughts to flow more naturally in English, enabling you to think in English more easily. When you listen to native speakers for pronunciation, you develop your listening skills, and this helps you in understanding spoken English more accurately. When you understand the language well, it becomes better and easier for you to think and express your thoughts in English. The next tip that can help you to think and speak in English is read aloud. I recommend that you read English texts such as articles, books, or poems aloud to improve your pronunciation, rhythm, and intonation. Okay? This will help you become more confident in expressing yourself in English. Reading aloud can improve your fluency in English by developing your ability to speak the language without pausing or hesitating. This helps in thinking in English, as thoughts can be quickly converted into spoken words. By reading aloud, you can understand the correct sentence structure and grammar rules in English. This allows you to construct grammatically correct sentences when thinking in English. Reading aloud helps you to practice the correct pronunciation of words and phrases in English, which in turn helps you to become more comfortable and confident when speaking English. Okay? You can think in English if you use a language learning app or website. There are quite a number of apps and websites available that can help you to practice speaking in English, improve your grammar, and also develop your vocabulary. You can use Duolingo, Babbel, Rosetta Stone, Memrise, HelloTalk, Tandem, Lingodia. These are just few to mention that you can utilize to enhance your language skills and vocabulary. Another recommendation for thinking in English is to set language goals. Establish clear and achievable goals for yourself, such as learning a certain number of words per week or practicing speaking for a specific amount of time daily. Regularly monitor your progress and adjust your goals accordingly. Additionally, setting language goals provides motivation and accountability. As you track your progress, you can measure your improvement, which will boost your self-confidence and encourage you to continue working towards your goals. By having a specific target to achieve, you are more likely to stay dedicated, persevere through challenges, and also prioritize your language learning in daily life. Finally, on how to think and speak in English is be consistent and persistent. The key to progress is consistent practice. Dedicate your regular time to practicing English and be persistent even when faced with setbacks. Over time, your thinking and speaking skills will continue to improve. Persistently practicing new words and phrases helps to expand your English vocabulary. Also, persistent practice in speaking and writing English allows you to become more fluent. Remember, thinking in English is not just about mastering grammar rules and vocabulary. It's about unlocking the doors of your mind and entering a world where you can express yourself with confidence and clarity. Embrace the journey of expanding your linguistic horizons, allowing your thoughts to flow effortlessly in this beautiful language. Don't forget that greatness lies not just in speaking English, but in truly thinking in English. I hope this video helps. If you like it, subscribe for more English lessons. Bye.